Welcome back to the Throwdown OCE Championship League Play 4. Hysterics, Chevy Cheeseman, and Courier Lord joining you on the desk. And now we're moving on to the Chiefs and Retirement Home. And this becomes a much bigger series considering what's on the line.
Yeah, this is a huge one for Retirement Home. This is their opportunity to slay another one of the Kings, having just taken down Darksided 3-1. For Chiefs, this is a big deal. They can make top 2 of this win alone, so there's so much on the line.
But before we go into that series, we have to take a step back. And for all of our new viewers joining us as well, we're at the halftime point, and it's good to look at what we're fighting for with a huge $25,000 prize pool.
It's a big prize pool. We've already seen some of these teams secure the top, and right now Chiefs are looking to get at least a top 4.
And of course, Korea, everyone walks away with something in their back pockets here in League Play. And the best part is that we're halfway through our series today, and we've only got great series to go.
It's been a fantastic day, and we're really seeing a lot of these teams with the potential to climb up from the bottom.
Yeah, we've got Love Decks and Retirement Home. Going to be one of those matches where they're scrambling to get at the heels of the teams like Darksided and Tainted Minds, who are running all the way to the top.
We've already seen Legacy, Jam Gaming, and Chiefs take a win. Later on, I'm really looking forward to Darksided versus Tainted.
Powerful matches coming up. But of course, we're going to start the timer again. I was a bit gung-ho before. With Retirement Home and Chiefs, this match means safety for Chiefs in the top 2. But for Retirement Home, they continue after their win against Darksided.
Yeah, and if they can win this one after beating Darksided as well, they've finished against the top 4 Scary Boys, and they get to verse some teams they're much more confident against, and they could rise all the way up.
The problem for Retirement Home is they took that loss to Legacy, so getting the win against Darksided was needed. Now against the Chiefs, it could be their chance to really rise meteorically.
I think that the unbalancing factor of losing against Legacy, the reverse sweep, that makes me concerned when Chiefs are just such a powerful squad.
They're so good. I mean, we've seen them dominate League Play. If they win this, they secure top 2. But what I'm really looking at is if they win this, they have the chance to be the first ever OCE team to go undefeated in League Play.
Yeah, and then they can look forward, because that's a big thing for them. If they can stop stressing about what's going domestically and start planning their attack on how they're going to take down EU, how they're going to take down NA, looking at Cloud9, looking at G2, they're the big things they need to be thinking about.
I think if we see Retirement Home playing, they can potentially take the win if they can get out of their half. Chiefs today haven't been that team to hold someone all the way back in their own defense. So Retirement Home, if they have that room, can cause a lot of issues. They steal a lot of boost, they take a lot of demos, and might be able to take out Chiefs rotations.
Yeah, and especially with the way Kia was playing last week, he has some of the best boost management in the entire league, and the fact they could break through Darkside's pressure plays, who rely pretty much entirely on holding the midfield. If they can break through that, they can break through Chiefs.
They use the experience on that roster to their benefit, and that's what's showcased against Darksided. When you have someone like Kia, who's been to RLCS and is really good as a supportive player, he also shows versatility on that roster.
He's great at being that supportive role. But the difference between Darksided and Chiefs is that Darksided are the team that let the players do something. And you cannot let Daze, Elusive have any time on the ball. And I don't think Chiefs are going to let them have any time.
Yeah, he can't afford to. Elusive especially, the fact he can run up and then pass it to Daze, and you don't know what Daze is going to do. Half the time Daze could shoot from almost anywhere, and you'd be like, yeah, that's Daze.
Would you be convinced by that performance, though, going against against Legacy from the Chiefs there, Courier? Or would you hedge your bets coming into predictions?
Well, Retirement Home's always the confusing one. I'm going to give it to Chiefs for this, just because I haven't seen how Retirement Home are playing today. Like, they are very much could achieve anything, or could just be having a jest today.
They're definitely a team that can crumble. If one of them doesn't perform as an individual player, they completely break down. Chiefs is the type of the team that can make them do that, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
I'll join the Chiefs train as well. There's only one reason why, and that's because the Chiefs are undefeated so far in series, only just with Love Decks. I think that was a League Play 1 not nerves. But with now Retirement Home, they've taken down the Dragons. I'm a little bit scared that confidence.
Wait, how
might
many
be
of
too
our
much.
teams are Dragons?
I don't know. I just realized
Darksided Dragons, Legacy
Well, the Elite Four
Dragons.
has one dragon trainer. Like,
So, I mean, one of them are drowsy. I don't know. Sorry, it's psychic. Hypno, Pokemon. Retirement Home taking on
Great
Chiefs.
reference, Hysterics. I love that one. We're in the game. Retirement Home are looking to take the win off Chiefs, who are straight into the finals with this win.
Taking down Darkside of Retirement Home, want more, and the Chiefs have just taken down Legs are silly. So where's the confidence? Where does it lie? Jake going slow with the ball, but Elusive taking it away. Good save by Drippay to start off. boom as well. That'll clear things up. Off the backboard now, the defense. Makia with the first shot saved away by Jake. And the Chiefs are getting aggressed on, and Retirement Home getting a bit of room.
We're seeing a lot of those wide rotations that Retirement Home are known for. They go forward, they steal a boost, they might steal the second boost, but they'll definitely go for the demo.
There's going to be an adaptation of playstyle here as well from the Chiefs. Against legs are silly, they're a little bit slower, and I feel like for Retirement Home, you can't let that happen. Drippe gets the first goal.
Such a beautiful, delicate touch over the top of the defense. Jake's first touch down was great. Day's not in position, and the fact that Drippe got this top left corner was able to get that behind Days.
And look at this, Chiefs so different against Retirement Home. This is an explosive start, and one that is going to make a difference when Retirement Home sit back and say, we're going to do something.
Days is that man who can do something, and he's done something right now. Days scoring the first goal for Retirement Home.
The bouncer to sink it in. Watch again as he pops it up, rolls through, and Torsos and Jake both getting beaten out, just not ready for the ball.
He's so fearsome when he's in attack, and especially when he has any time on the ball, because he's so unpredictable. He does so many different plays.
Retirement Home even up the score immediately so, and it's going to be a doozy of a series. At 4 minutes in, the shot there, Torso's bumped out of the way, and that's going to work out for Retirement Home. Jake pops up in the midfield and hits it all the way. Drippe a little bit low on the ball. It means Kia can come down with it, but he won't get the double tap. The experience is there.
We've really noticed that Drippe takes a lot of time to warm up in the series. Expect his first game to be rough, but then once he is in, he just goes off and gets goal after goal.
Now we just saw that demolition, which means Torsos can react to the pass immediately. So clean from the Chiefs.
That's off the top corner, and Retirement Home, they can't afford to do this against the Chiefs. Chiefs are an international team. Days is not an international player yet, and if he wants to go, he can't make misses like that.
we knew Days from Corva Day. That was my first showing of him. And now for Retirement Home, they're going to have to step up even further. Days against these three big superstars. Chiefs are continuing to really progress through this series, and it's only just begun. 3 minutes 30, that 1-goal lead.
I can't believe how dominant Chiefs have been. Even in their series against Lovedex, they won just off being such a good base. They weren't consistent, they weren't playing well, and they're still able to win.
Torsos now around the corner. This could be open if they get it past Days, but he bumps Torsos up, and with it, the ball. Elusive running away. Has been a star player for Retirement Home in the past couple of weeks. Kia behind him as well. They bump him forward, which brings the ball over, so the Chiefs are reading the ball quite well so far. But how much further can they go? Torso's coming in, the double tap. He's known for it, but he won't find this one.
Wasn't able to get the angle on that second touch. It came off the wheels, which meant he lost all his power.
The 1 and 2. Torsos, he hangs back, recovering as well. Rotation from the Chiefs is clean as usual. Torsos waiting on the side. It'll bounce in front. Off the wall. They're playing slow to the ball, but
Really
Days
hesitant in defense.
I think it's a bit concerning, however, because the Chiefs will find a way to break through. Torsos comes back in. It bounces in off the wall, and no one from the Chiefs are in position, so they're just going to have to hang back.
That was much better from Kia. He just proactively went after the ball, hit against his own backboard to clean it out for Retirement Home, and it's allowed them to get back on attack.
And now that he's got boost, Kia can hang around the ball and keeping it up this side of the field. Chiefs now playing with time a little bit, but they're going to want to get it through. From the corner, centered over to Days. It bounces down. Elusive will have the shot, but read well by Jake. No one in defense. They all rotate back, and the demolition from Elusive. They're unable to slip the net.
Elusive just did so much in that play, got a shot on, took the demo, went for a pass off the roof, and still his teammates weren't there to support him.
There's an issue right now with Retirement Home. They're unable to break that defense. The shot's there, backboard. Everyone comes in, and Elusive dodges out of the way, but the run back from Days and Kia is not successful. They'll continue to apply this pressure, but the Chiefs look like they'll be able to hold out.
That's one of those plays by Days that lets them get a lot of goals. The fact that he gets a tricky double touch off that backboard, it's turned around now for the Chiefs, and Jake gets a shot on. Two people are up, but they manage to save.
And with that pop, 3 members are in that net, continuing to hold out. Torsos, the pass will go to Days instead, and Jake will hang around to the side. Drippe in the midfield, ready to push up. The pressure from Chiefs continuing to be applied, and they're not letting this clear come in. Going to have to start getting creative again from Retirement Home.
They're forcing Retirement Home to go up quickly because Chiefs are such a fast team, but now they've adapted, so with Retirement Home going up quickly, Chiefs are staying back and letting them use all their boosts.
50 seconds remaining. Exhausting for Retirement Home. Only game 1 as well. As the time passes, Torsos will get that boost up the field. It's bumped by a member as well. Drippe around the corner. He's now going to use the remainder of it. Has no boost, but Torsos to finish it.
Oh, Drippe, you don't even need any boost. When he's up on the wall, up on the roof like this, the recovery is perfect. He used every last drop, and Torsos is, of course, there to finish it.
A clean start from the Chiefs in game 1, 30 seconds, and they've done pretty much all they need to do at this point.
And we're seeing these passes come from Drippe. He's even the highest goal scorer in the league, looking for that goal scorer award from RLCS. He should get that, but he's even picking up on the assists.
I think for the Chiefs, all 3 members, to be precise, are just taking control of OCE league play. This is dominant games like this. Game number 1, you said that maybe Drippe won't pick up. Maybe the Chiefs will need more time, but it doesn't look like it. Retirement Home are going to take the loss here, and Chiefs are going to continue to run away, being undefeated.
That's really tough for Retirement Home. They're not playing badly. You can see that they're trusting each other, but they're being forced to play a lot faster on defense, which is making them a bit more confused in their rotation because they're a team that hate being on defense. They love being on attack.
And there are a couple of shots coming through from Retirement Home that were on point. And it's the difference from maybe us watching Legs of Silly versus the Chiefs and now Retirement Home, where Retirement Home can actually hold out and make these shots happen.
For them, it's all about those counters, those clears, and getting that ball up to Daze. Because once he has it, you know something is going to happen on attack. Whether Elusive is in a very different situation because he plays more positionally and he's looking for his teammates. So if they're not there, nothing happens.
And Elusive's had a great couple of weeks as well. I think that he's been
I rate Elusive. If I was to put any team out of, say, those bottom 4 that are sitting at the bottom 4 of the ladder right now, Elusive is that one player that you would have to put on.
He's been around for so long. That's the beauty of Retirement Home, that all 3 members, I mean, that's part of the name. They've been around for so damn long, and the experience, it does shine through.
I think here he's got that international experience. Yep. He's able to give them a lot of knowledge as well. But it's one international player up against 3 who have been together longer than any other team in the world. And that is just such a difficult task to go up to. And we might not even see anyone beat the Chiefs until somebody sticks together for 2 seasons in a row.
That's right. And at the moment, there is so many fresh teams. There's so many renditions of old players.
Chiefs are the only team that stuck together between last season and this. They didn't make any changes.
So many different ones. Now in game 2, Retirement Home. They're going to try and get something off the back of this. The Chiefs are just such a dangerous squad, but it's not over yet. Demolition's going to come through. The Chiefs kick it off, and immediately as Torsos picks up that middle boost, it's going to be a moment where Retirement Home should be able to break through, but the defense is a different question. Jake sitting around. Torsos now in defense, and they push all the way upfield. That's a good defense. It was sharp, and as the audience is 73% behind the Chiefs now, you can see why. This is actually going to be centered over to Jake, but the breakaway, no one's in net. The first goal actually goes to Retirement Home.
That's how Retirement Home scores. They read the defense, they pull Chiefs in, and they just get this big clear. I don't even think Kian needed the touch, but there's no point not scoring that goal for yourself.
I mean, Chiefs, everyone came up for the ball. That was an aggressive attack to kick things off, and when Retirement Home see a weakness, they take it, and that's a good start. Demolition onto Elusive might make a difference, but again, the breakaway, Retirement Home, ball saved away by Torsos, and Jake will punch it upfield. Torsos in position. The 1-2, the 3. There's no good night in this one. The Chiefs came close.
Not quite enough time there for Jake. He didn't have the full amount of boost, and that's because Retirement Home got the initial attack to drain some of it out.
Torsos bringing the ball through the center. A light touch. That finisher was nice.
That was so hard to read because both Jake and Torsos were up for this ball. You see the air dribble coming out from Torsos. Kia thought that was it, and then Torsos gets to finish it off Jake's touch.
Chiefs sometimes really hard to read. They're just so, well, mechanically gifted.
Well, that is also a surprise. Normally they stay so separate from each other that you don't expect them, or Jake, to be coming in so close.
Torsos now trying to bring more expectations to the table. Drippe will center it over to Torsos, but he leaves it. This is where the Chiefs are going to let the ball come into play for Retirement Home a little bit. Gets sent all the way down the other side of the field. Kia now wants it in front of net. We'll position it like so, but Drippe gets up to it first, and Chiefs hard to get beaten out from the corner. Torsos again blocked by Elusive, but Torsos comes right back in. Drippay's here. It's going to land in front of net, but it's sent away by Kia.
Beautiful play. 5 touches in a row for the Chiefs, and they've opened up the net. No one in retirement home has much boost. It's only Kia remaining, who picks up the last one as well.
But now the Chiefs have to recover as Kia handles it with care, sets it for Elusive. Days to finish, but in front of net, it still lands. Days and Elusive, they hang back. Drippay misses away from Demolition Course, and Jake over to Drippay. This is light touch again. That bump out of the way. That puts Days out of position. And this one's going in front of net, but it's close. Torsos can't finish it. Drippay lands on the wrong side of it, and the Chiefs are starting to come up short.
That's got to be infuriating. Torsos hit the side post and the crossbar in the same play. He's not the kind of player who just let that slide as well. He won't be happy.
That was a really good read from Drippay. I think that should be commended in itself. And the fact that this is getting held out by retirement home is a tempo advantage. Retirement home can start bringing this one into fruition, but if Jake gets freedom on the pitch, more plays like this are going to happen. The Chiefs keep it down this side of the field, and retirement home continue to try and strive for success. They want these big clears, and they want more opportunities to shoot.
Jake's been good pushing up, but his backboard's not as accurate as Drippay or Torsos, and that really cost them in that play. They could have had the lead.
So now, can they recover from it? The touch from Days, it's saved away. Torsos plays slow, but Drippay's the one who reads it, and for retirement home, that was a little bit difficult, but they managed to hold out. A big clear. All you have to do is give it to Drippay to score.
Oh, Drippay, he was chasing Kia all around his own defensive half, and as soon as Jake gets the clear, he just goes straight for the ball, beats him out, and there was no way for Kia to get
Chiefs
there.
back on the board, baby, at 150. I think it was happening for 10-15 seconds. Kia just couldn't get him over the line.
I feel so bad for Kia. He was trying to get in a good defensive position. He saw the play happening, but it doesn't matter if someone's hounding your legs.
Isn't it just a pain in the ass, really, from the Chiefs? 1 minute 40. Holding that lead again, now off the backboard. Elusive's light with it, but it works out. And I think the testament is that retirement home, they have never dropped their A game. They're still trying to push against the Chiefs, but it is a moment where you say the Chiefs are just miles ahead because of moments like this.
That's a great strike by Jake. Just finding that angle, and it's his step forward that has made a big difference for Chiefs this season. The fact that he's rotating in has made them so much more efficient as a team and able to control their boost so much better.
Jake has made a world of hurt for teams along the way. Chiefs, each season, they get better and better. It's hard to catch up. 2 goals in the lead now. And they'll keep this advantage as Jake comes up. Will miss the ball, but Torsos is now just being bumped out of the way by Daisy. He was sick of it. Still trying to bully the members. Jake getting back. Elusive coming in as well. A minute remaining. Retirement home, this is their play, but denied away. The backboard there for the taking. As the Chiefs manage to defend once more. Kia brings it around, but Torsos easily reaches up to this one. Minute left, and the Chiefs may have held on.
Something you always notice from Jake, he maintains some amount of boost. He's always got at least 15 in the tank. So in situations like that, where he's been put on the back foot, he can finish it off. And Torsos with the drop.
Yeah, the usual, he says, just another walk in the park. And Torsos has always managed to get the majority of the double touches from the Chiefs.
I figured he was going for the pass with that. I was like, no way. Can he get that angle? But he found it, and he's put the Chiefs in a 3-goal lead.
It's a confidence that puts the Chiefs in further leads in this series. And now with a 2-game advantage, retirement home are going to have to pull something out of the hat because goals keep coming and Chiefs keep taking wins.
I don't even know if a magician's hat is that deep for retirement home to get something in this game. They have to figure it out next game, put on a brand new hat, maybe a wizard's hat, and earn some magic.
The sorcery would help them, but my God, retirement home. They've played well to start off this series. How do you take down the monster? It's David and Goliath, except the reality is Goliath wins. That's how it should have gone.
Yeah, no stone can stop the Chiefs. No little pebble. It's got to be an avalanche, and right now Chiefs putting an absolute avalanche of shots on the net and finishing it off with Jake scoring what might be his hat-trick.
A really, really nice dribble down. I think this is from Drippay, and well,
not his hat-trick, but Jake has been part of 4 goals in this series. He's been really big forward up, and that was after we saw last week Jake had pushed further back. So now he's gaining that confidence and pushing up and making that rotation that much cleaner.
But look at the pressure that's been applied on the Chiefs in that game. That was a very different game too. 7-5-4. That is so many shots. As my quick math comes into my head.
16.
Thank you very much.
3 away from a record.
That was the Chiefs' game to take at all stages. They've really pushed up with the tempo.
That was the difference between game 1 and what I was afraid of for Retirement Home. They don't like being on defense, and for game 2, they were stuck in that back half. It's what Chiefs is great at. They don't let opponents take shots, and when you don't have the ability for Days to get some movement forward, they're not going to get anything in net.
So how do you beat the Chiefs at their own game? How do you get out of defense and not be strangled?
You don't play their own game. You have to find those defensive passes. We saw them draw in the Chiefs for that one goal that they got. Draw in the Chiefs and get that quick counterplay over the top of all the Chiefs members before they got back, because Chiefs are happy to really rotate hard forward.
There's been a star performance, however, Yummy. Torsos, Trippe. I'm just going to name the whole team again, aren't I?
Torsos, Trippe, Jake. What star performance. But you have to be realistic, because they're so individually great and because they have that synergy from playing together for a year and a half at least now.
Yeah.
They are a fantastic team that don't really have a lot of weaknesses. That's their biggest strength. It's not that they're massively awesome at one thing. It's that they're not bad at anything.
And their ability to adapt on the fly in each individual series, it makes them a team to be trifled with, and one that you do not want to look back on, because immediately, with the shot like that, the Chiefs in Game 3, they want to close this one out. They took Legs of Silly down 3-0, but this has looked so much stronger.
And those powerful shots draw so many members out of Retirement Home. 2 players had to go up to make the save, and it's used a lot of their boost, so now Elusive has to go for solo plays.
As Jake hops up to that ball, Torsos now going to wait for Trippe and Jake to rotate up. The passing play will work coming off the wall. Torsos waits for Days to get the clear, but remember, denying that away, putting them in the corner. And if they're not able to get these defensive passes off and they're getting interrupted, Retirement Home might be shut out again.
It's potential right now for Chiefs that only have dropped 2 games throughout the competition so far. They're on track to take another 6-0 week.
Remember that demolition came through, but Torsos is back up and running. Days comes forward, and Retirement Home, they're getting that time to breathe and push forward. Elusive comes up for the ball. Days as well. He'll be the one to respond to this goal. And no cigar. Torsos around the corner now in front of net. Trippe comes up for it. Doesn't have enough boost, but enough to set it up for Jake. It rolls past 2, but not the 3rd.
It's good by Days. Solo play, just pushes it to himself so he can maintain control. And he's actually single-handedly got the ball out of defense.
Now Retirement Home, they've got to clear it back. That's a demolition in front of net.
It's the
Trippe
3rd
responds.
already for Elusive this game.
So trying to be really, really aggressive, and it might work out, but Chiefs are still managing to defend. This is in front of net, and now stolen away. Jake waits back 4th. Kian wants blood. And I guess that's going to be the game plan, but Torsos has already taken the ball down. This is going to go in all the way across the field.
Yes! Torsos picks it up, carries the team and the ball all the way across the pitch. I think he was a little bit greedy there. Didn't want either of his teammates to be able to finish that one off. It's all Torsos.
I think Trippe as well was giving a helping hand, trying to get the mid-air bump, and although it didn't matter, at the end of the day, the Chiefs looked good and style in Game 3. The first goal going to them means that now they're in a position of comfort, and again, in front of net, who's able to defend this one? The Chiefs leave it, and time after time, Retirement Home are getting forced out.
Looked like Torsos got pushed a little bit past that ball, but already Retirement Home getting shown how fast the Chiefs can be in attack, and that one hitting the side post.
But that was a good angle, and one that was a little bit hard to read. Retirement Home works out for them. Jake and Torsos now, they're still running upfield. Trippe there on the side, and he's going to get to the ball first, and Retirement Home are just struggling.
He's just in the net, chasing them once again, beating Retirement at their own game, and every single time the Chiefs get a touch, they've found each other. They know what to do. Jake, not only is he getting the most demos for anyone in league play, he's very smart whenever he goes for it. He knows that his teammates are about to get a shot. He knows that he's not overcommitting when he goes for it. And he knows that he is going to open up the net when he does.
I saw it that time as revenge against Kia and Elusive, who had about 4 or 5 demos at the start of this game. But
you see Jake, he just fires in like a missile. He just does it. He just commits to it and goes hard.
Chiefs have been going so damn hard in this series. 2-0 up in Game 3. And this could be a clean sweep for the Chiefs. Another one to add dominant in league play. They're looking further. They're looking at RLCS. With plays like this, you can see that they're going to make a huge impact, just like they did last year, like they did even at the E-League.
Chiefs have been commanding throughout this series, and they're leading in terms of league play. Not only that, you do see them really shape the meta of the region, and you can see why. A lot of people look at their kickoffs, look at their strategy, and see what they're doing to try and emulate the success.
They are the team to beat, and Retirement Home haven't been able to do it just yet. A minute 40 remaining, and the Chiefs have pretty much done enough so far. Kia almost lets that one in, and still will be a good save. They hold out, but Retirement Home, they have to get even further than just defending.
It's a great save, and right now they're still stuck in the half. The difference between Retirement Home and Chiefs in that defense is Chiefs will get the clear at the same time as making the save.
I think for Retirement Home, there's been a lot more confidence here. The banger goes high, hits a crossbar. Jake will bring it back in now for Drippe. They're just playing around this side of the field, having the times of their lives. A minute left remaining. This is it, but taken away. Days passing into the center. Drippe slips it through, and Retirement Home, they had that opportunity to bring themselves back on the pitch.
This is their last chance for the comeback, the last chance for them to really secure a spot before they go up against Lovedex next match. But they only have 45 seconds and haven't got a single goal in the last 2 games.
And that's a massive clear. That one will set it up. Well, no, but they've got limited goals. There hasn't been times to shine for Retirement Home because it's all been going to the Chiefs.
They've had to rely on Chiefs overcommitting in the last game. They haven't done that this game despite, being so confident in attack.
It's been a difference from Retirement Home where they've shown these signs of life. Good pass.
What a lovely touch by Jake. Just getting up to this, moving it to the side, and I think this is what Jake does best. Of all the players in the region, he's able to get those really nice tight angles to his teammates.
There's nothing bad we can say about the Chiefs in this series or today whatsoever.
Hey, I saw a whiff come out from Drippe in the first game.
There's nothing majorly bad that we could say about the Chiefs.
Yeah,
today.
Drippe, pick up your game, mate.
It's all
Only
his
3-0, come on.
Should be 6th, mate.
Not even number 1 on the twos ladder. Only get to number 3. Come on,
Ooh,
Drippe.
that's a little bit hard.
No, that's actually one of the biggest performances, I think, from Drippe. Getting to number 3 on the ladder in OCE shows why he's the best player. It's almost impossible in OCE to get to that top of the ladder because there's no one really diverse, so you have to win like 20 matches in a row.
It's a difficult feat. One that Chiefs have shown here today, why they have the best players,
Actually,
why they have
that's
the
a
most
good question.
consistent.
Chiefs themselves might have just won, I think, 18 games in a row, something like that.
Oh, really?
17.
Well,
They haven't lost a game since Lovedex, right? And they won the last 2 of Lovedex. So they've won 17 games in a row here in the OCE Championship.
and that is why they are the #1 team and continue to be the #1 team time and time again. I continue to question what we're doing here because Chiefs just seem to take wins every time we watch them.
I love watching the Chiefs. They're so good. And now they're at a position where they can go undefeated. They've secured top 2, and they're looking international. We want to see how the Chiefs go because at the way that they're playing right now, they can take on the teams like the NRG last season, although NRG has really picked it up this season.
But we moved past the point, and that's the conviction that we have with the Chiefs' career, is that we're not saying, are they going to go to RLCS? We're saying, when are they going to RLCS?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They've dropped like 1 game the entire league play against Legacy. And that's Legacy, who is like top. I'd say Legacy's playing at 2nd seed.
And of course against Lovedex as well. They dropped a couple of games.
the 3-2 overtime, yeah. So 3 games.
But still convincing from the Chiefs nonetheless.
Yeah, they're just destructive. And it's only when they have holes in their game, like small holes, that you have a chance to score. And as soon as they patch them up during the game, the other team's score just plummets.
It was really harsh for Retirement Home because we saw some great plays coming out from them, but most of the time they were just getting shut down completely by the Chiefs.
And you just see that number of shots. They just didn't have the control. And it's not like a stab at Lovedex. The way they played is not representative of that. I think if they were versing a different team...
Retirement Home?
Sorry. Retirement Home.
You're thinking of the next series.
Yeah.
I was thinking of way back when Lovedex versus Chiefs.
Yeah.
If Retirement Home was versing another team and played like that, they would have got a win. It's just unfortunate that against Chiefs, it just doesn't
What
slide.
were the highlights there then for Retirement Home? Because it matters when you're going up against Lovedex next.
I think the moments in the first game is probably the best indicator. That was before Chiefs fixed up some of the holes in their gameplay, and you saw, as a consequence, Retirement Home coming through and actually getting goals.
I really did see a lot of good stuff coming out from Elusive, and most importantly for me, I think Kia wasn't making any big mistakes, and that can sometimes tilt the team.
Yes.
They're very mental, they have to be in a positive energy in order to win, and I think they will be going into the next series.
So, contender for Omen by HP MVP. Korea, who are you looking at?
Well, this is the hard one. See, I was thinking probably Jake or Torsos. Jake had a lot of great supportive setups, but Torsos just did some nutty things.
Let's screw Torsos. He won last week.
Yeah.
Let's go for Jake. Come on.
That's fair.
But yeah, Torsos puts his Steam logo as by Omen by HP. So he's great advertising.
Does he actually?
Yeah.
He changed his name last week to an MVP by Omen by HP. Yeah.
Good sport. No, I would look at Jake as well. However, we are going to have a short 5-minute break. And when we return, Retirement Home jump back on the pitch to have a look at Love.